What's up? It's the Pickleball Dad here with the All Drive No Drop team, and I'm here today to talk about the GRÜVN MÜVN-16S. What can I say? I've been loving the swing weight combined with the high twist weight. So I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling right now. But of course, that's what I've been testing lately. So maybe that has something to do with it. But I'm excited to talk to you today about the Move and Groove in 16S, especially in this bold pink. They do have it in a white edge guard and a black edge guard, and then some different colors on the face. But you got the pink grip here too with the perforated grip. So let's just get into talking about what this paddle is, the specs, and how I enjoyed it. Did I not enjoy it? I think I already gave it away in the intro, but what can you do? I hate to, tease for that spoiler. Just like to get right into it. So let's hit the specs, and then we will talk about how I felt with the playtesting. Raw carbon fiber face, and this is a thermoformed unibody paddle with foam injected walls. So that's not anything. That's just what everyone's been doing lately. It's been working well. So what do we have for the specs? We have a paddle at 15.7 inches long. It is 8.1 inches wide. So pretty short in length. And that is going to be an issue for some. If you feel like you're always lacking reach, then that is something to consider. The low swing weight does help make up for that. So I would like you to keep that in mind. The grip circumference is 4.125 inches. The handle length is 5.3 inches. Honestly, though, you can see that there is 5.5 inches of usable room there. Amazing for two-handed backhands. I had no issue with mine. The average weight is 8 ounces. Mine came in at 8.2 ounces. They do range 0.2 ounces on the weight there. My swing weight, I measured at 104. My twist weight, I measured at 6.86. So with that low swing weight and high twist weight combo, it makes for some amazing hand battles because your hands are going to be a little bit faster, and the paddle is very stable. So I do love that combination. We'll talk more about that.
Okay, so let's talk about the punch, which translates to the pop, and the serve, which translates to the power. For the GRÜVN MÜVN-16S, I got 35.2 miles per hour for the punch, and then 52.5 miles per hour for the serve, which is the power. So that compares to the Volaris Mach 2 Forza 60 millimeter, where I got 34.4 for the punch and 51.3 for the serve. So it's better than the Mach 2 Forza 60 millimeter in both areas by a decent amount there. While the Mach 2 Forza has better control, you can see it's not going to be quite as powerful as the GRÜVN MÜVN-16S. And then I wanted everyone to keep in mind, I am building a database right now, so I'll be able to give percentile breakdowns in the future. So that will be useful to make better comparisons and quicker comparisons. So how I rate the paddle for control and feel, I give it a 90. The power, I give it an 83. The pop, I give it an 84. And then the spin, I give it a 92.
My thoughts on how this actually played, because that's really what's important. You can throw all the numbers against the wall that you want, but we really need to know, how did this thing perform while you're out on the court? Yeah. So, serving and hitting drives, I didn't have to change much. It felt natural since we were just talking about above average power here. I didn't have to change any mechanics. It felt pretty good. And then with the great control that you get on this thing, I was able to place my drives and my serves and also my drops exactly where I wanted to go most of the time. I mean, it's not all the time, but let's just say I even tried a couple nasty Nelsons that were successful because I was feeling pretty confident in where my serves were going. I don't recommend that unless you really know people well and what their reaction's going to be, but I did have fun that. So then onto the dinks, the speed ups, and the rolls, because this is where the GRÜVN MÜVN-16S excels, is at the net. I mean, just the whip you can get with your rolls and your flicks is just great with that low swing weight. And the stability of the high twist weight, the sweet spot is very good. I did not feel like I was getting a lot of off-center shots towards the edges of the paddles. Of course, it's not going to be the same, but the sweet spot was very generous. So I had a great time during hands battles, counters. Everything felt really good, and I didn't feel that the pop was the pop was is still above average, so I didn't feel that I was lacking any put away pop, any put away power on my overheads. So the counters were great, and then the speed ups felt very easy with the lighter swing weight and the less length. Everything is super maneuverable. Just where you're might struggle with the paddle is the reach, but in the hands battles, I don't feel like that's a huge issue. It becomes more of an issue when you're moving a little lateral. I am a taller person at 6'3". I've got a great reach, so it doesn't affect me as much. I was thinking that it would be a problem, but I ended up liking it a lot. I want to talk to you about the GRÜVN MÜVN-16S versus the Volair 16 millimeter. I feel that's the most natural comparison. It's my most recent test. I mean, they're both wide bodies, both 16 millimeters. I just have to compare them. So this excels in many areas over the Mach 2 Forza in power, in pop, in lower swing weight. It does get less spin. The twist weight is lower. I personally feel the resets are easy with this paddle. With the Volair Mach 2 Forza 16 millimeter, they are easier. It does absorb more. It's one of the best control paddles out there. It just is on the higher swing weight side, so you got to take that into account, and it has a lot less pop. So if I were choosing between these and you really wanted the 16 millimeter, I would personally go with the GRÜVN 16S. Just because of the lower swing weight, the higher pop, the higher power, and you're sacrificing a little bit of the twist weight, a little bit of the control and sweet spot. But I'm willing to give that up because that swing weight makes a huge difference to me. If you want to go for max control and you're not concerned about the swing weight, then you can go with the Volair Mach 2 Forza 16 millimeter. But personally, I would choose this. And then if you want to get into this or the 13 or the 13 for S or the 14 millimeter Mach 2 Forza, we're talking about slightly different paddles. Those definitely go towards more aggressive, which you can still be aggressive with this, but you're going to get more pop with those two. So if you really focus on the pop, then we go with the GRÜVN MÜVN-16S or the Volair Mach 2 Forza 14 millimeter. But I think that this 16S, it looks great. It has a lot of good things in the package, really. The one downfall is the length, but I have found that the more you play with it, the more you get used to that length. I really enjoyed it. Use code ALLDRIVENODROP if you want to get 10% off on the GRÜVN website. Bring that price down to $161 and change. Like and comment on the video if you have any questions. If you've played with this or any wide body paddle, or you're feeling like you're going back to elongated, let me know how you feel. And then, of course, hit the subscribe because I'm going to keep coming with the content. If you like it, you got to hit that subscribe button. Anyway, guys, have a great day. I hope you are going to go play pickleball.